Hello everybody, it's Big Rich from Ohio Fish Rescue. And today we got Miles helping us out. What's up, Miles?
What's going on?
He came yesterday for community service. Good worker, good worker. So what we're doing today is we're taking apart the end of the tortoise enclosure. See that heater right there? We need that over here on this part of the enclosure. We're eliminating it from this section that sticks out over because the turtle just wanted to stay in that corner on top of the heating pad and that doghouse heater. So we're going to mount both of them over here so that he's under the light too, and put a piece of wood right there, and then he'll still have 8 foot left of, room for the winter. So then this here conglomeration and abomination ain't going to be in our way. So that's what we're doing today. Stick with us. All right. So now Miles is taking off the doghouse heater. And just set that down on the outside of it because we got to run all them cords yet. Just set it down. We're good, and start dismantling this wood. And we're going to bring it over. We're going to use this front piece right here. See how it separates right here?
Yeah.
We're going to use this front piece. We're going to cut it for right in between here, and it's the exact same height as the outside. So all we got to do is then cut a piece of 2x4 or 2x2 for reinforcement, and then all of that can go out of here. I spent time and effort and hours making this to give him as much room as possible. But that little walkway right there, Josh is getting really aggravated about, so he wants this part gone. So we've got this piece of wood that's just air nailed with a little bitty, air nails, brad nailer into the wall. That one and this little 3-inch one can come off too.
Okay.
But now we'll have access to the plug where that was covered by the wood before. Every time it got tripped, we had to unscrew the wood from the wall, and it was a pain in the butt.
I bet it was.
I went to hook up these lights. I got a heat lamp in there, and I got a UV bulb in there. And I went to hook them up, and it tripped the breaker in the plug. So then, we had the tank here, or actually this reptile set up there, and that stand, and we couldn't get the wood off to unset that. So we had to take the tank out, the stand out, undo the wood, reset the breaker. So now we're going to have the 6-pack and the breaker all open to our... I add these lights on there, it's going to be a big draw. And I think they were plugged into that 6-pack when that's what tripped. We need to plug directly into the wall. So, and when we get done, Chompers here will have a nice warm area and a cooler area. Okay, so over here, we got his, you can't see it, it's covered now. There's a big rock there that we feed him in. We'll put that over here a little bit in the middle. And then here will be the heating pad and the light. He can get under there and get hot. He can go over there and get cooled off. And we get to reclaim all this area here and open up this walkway. But, this cage will still go against that wall now. But it won't be in the way of the plugs and all that. So it'll make life easier and better for us. He may not have as big a room. It'll only be 8x3. That's 30 inches wide and then 8 foot long. It's actually 10 foot, but there's 2 foot of rocks and stuff in there. And then if it still ain't warm enough, I've got the plastic we can cover over the top like we did last year. So, but the main thing is getting all these things plugged back in without tripping the breakers. All right, well, you can see we're well underway. We got rid of all that so far. And he's taking the last couple of screws out of that one. So this whole end here, what we're going to have to cut is the piece of wood on the bottom right across here. And because it's on the ground, I can't use a sawzall, circular saw, jigsaw, nothing like that. I'm going to have to use the vibrating machine so we don't cut into the carpet and stuff and nip that off. We can use a sawzall here. We got our mark cut out. We can go straight down from here and then put the piece of wood in, and we're good to go. Then a little bit of cleanup. Oh, Miles, see that frame right there behind the door?
Yeah.
That's a piece of 2x2 that I put together that I was going to use as a door that opened up on top.
Oh, that would have been sweet.
Yeah, but now we're dismantling everything.
Shout out Josh.
Blame Josh, guys. Blame Josh. That's my son we're blaming. Come on now. It's all Josh's fault. All right, guys, we got everything broken down. We got the new wall built here. We are actually putting this in here. And we got another community service guy, Dan. How you doing, Dan? And he's helping out. And we got that built. Now we got the rock down the center. We got the heating pad on this side. We're now putting all of his bedding nice and flat across the whole thing so that his feeding rock shows. And that's where we're going to put the light, is on top of the feeding rock. He's already got his heating pad underneath the bedding on this side, so he's going to be all fully set up. So then we can go ahead and we're going to use the vibrating tool and cut off that little bit, and then all this can come up, and we can take all this wood outside to the garbage, and we'll clean up the carpet, and we'll start running the electric to everything, and we're getting it done today for sure. With these guys' help, Miles and Dan. Good job, guys. Okay, guys, we got this all set together. Well, actually, Don and Miles did. The heating pad is under there. You can see the cord coming up out. It's got about 2 inches of the bedding. 2 inches of bedding everywhere, nice and flat. We got the feeding rock right here, so we're going to put the light above that. That way the heat lamp can heat up the rock, and the UV bulb, if he wants to soak there, he'll just soak up the sun and be warm from underneath and on top. And then over here where he sleeps, he'll have the heating pad from underneath. It just keeps him a little warm. So this is all working out very well, and it's going to be good. Now we got to get rid of all this wood here, nip that off, get rid of all this, and that's our next project now. Okay, look at all the extra room we got. We cleaned up, we got the wood out here. Now we got to make some sort of, make these cables a lot more organized and better. Wind them up and hang them there, and we got all this. And now we've got the doghouse heater back in. We got the under bedding filled heater in. We have this rock in. We have the UVB bulb and the heat bulb in, and he's right under it. And we got his water bowl back. So everything's looking good. It looks like we accomplished what we wanted to today. Just got a little bit of cleanup left. And Reaper, I sent him down with the what do you call it, the vibrating tool, and I'm like, show these guys how to use that, and then that way they can cut it off. And he sat there, and by the time he was done showing them, the job was done. That's not showing them, that's doing it for them.
Just easier to do it.
So now we're going through light bulbs and fixing them up. Dan's over there, going through. Yeah, we'll get that in a minute. Then we got, things here. Joyce showed up to help. Hi, Joyce.
Hi.
So we're going to do another video, and she can, you guys all flipped out about how well she did video. So we're going to make another video while she's here. But we're getting things done. Okay. Dan is setting up. See how we got a double container for lights? We have two of them that one light wouldn't work. So he's taking the singles out of these and putting them into the doubles and making all doubles work. We got so many extras. We're good there. Miles, he's taking all the extra cords, winding it up, and then putting a screw in the wall and hanging it from the screw. So that's all nice and organized over there and neat. Joyce, she just got here, so she's not busy yet, but she will be. She's a good worker. We've got to put this cage back against the wall once Miles is done. And I don't know what else we're going to do after that, but we got plenty of help here. And these guys are all good workers, and common sense, and they know what to do and how to do it, and they listen well, and we're getting things done. So, all this conglomeration of extra cords here, he's going to fix up and make look nice. And then me and Joyce, just for you guys, we're going to make another video together, okay? Is that right, Joyce?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you for all the comments, by the way.
The compliments, you mean?
Yeah, I guess.
Well, our following is 90%, men, so you're going to have that. But, she says, thank you, guys. Appreciate it. But, I make a video. They don't say shit,
Yeah.
Look how pretty Rich is. They don't say that. Oh, Rich is easy on the eyes. I never hear that. All right. We got his basking spot is up to 99 degrees. And that's just the temperature of the rock itself right there. So he can go under there and get down to 99. He can go on top of his heating pad right there. That's a little bit lower. That's about 75, 80 degrees there. And that's usually where he likes to sleep at night. Right now he's over here digging out stuff. But it is getting together for him. We do have a heat lamp and a UVB bulb in there. So you can see it's keeping the basking spot up to 99. We got to fill his water dish yet. And we've got that plugged in, but that only works if we've got the plastic over it. So we'll see how cold, because right now in this room, it is 62 degrees. But if he's able to go in between 99 degrees and, you know, stay close to it or go way far away and be cold, that's up to him, you know. So this is working out okay. We got the stand moved back over here, but if you can see, we organized the wires as best we could, and we have access to the plug now, which it has a GFCI breaker on it, and it kept tripping, and then the 6-pack breaker kept tripping. So now they're out in the open where we can reach them. We've got 2 more of the double bulbs fixed and ready to go. They just carried this in and set that down. It's right in the way because that's got to be moved now so that I can get this cage set back up over there. And then I've got this decorations and stuff for inside of it, but this cage has got to go on top of there and get as close to the wall and as close to that wall there as possible. And then that's going to be its final resting place for now. Okay, so there is everything. We have our turtle food there. I'm going to put it underneath the stand. But the turtle's up and running. Now we got our cage back there, and we have plenty of room to come in this doorway now. A lot more room than was before. So Josh can't complain about that no more. And make everybody happy. I've got to get these 2 plugged in down there to have these lights to be able to turn on. So we don't have a reptile right now, so we're okay with that for a little bit. I don't like this tree stuffed in there. Maybe put it on the end here. Let's see how that looks. Because, you know, the whole purpose was to have access to get into them plugs right there. All right, now let's go look back. Boom. The tree looked better there. It don't look squashed and, you know, crushed in. So we're okay. That looks better there, I guess. All right. Well, that would complete our job here. Now, for some reason, it gets real cold out here. We can go ahead and unroll this plastic, staple it on in the back, staple it on the one side, and halfway across the front so that we can pull some back and get in there to clean out his number 2. But then we can turn on that heater. It's there if we need it. We had the heater running yesterday along with the shop vac, and it still didn't trip that breaker or that 6-pack. We replaced that other 6-pack that kept tripping on us. So we should be okay now. And actually, let me take this food, put it over here, and kind of block these wires just a little bit, but it won't be sticking out in the walkway no more. So now the food's down there and not over there sticking out. All right, so this concludes this job. Whoa. I say that because I just walked backwards and walked into a vacuum cleaner that don't belong there. So there's stuff we got to put away yet. And straighten these carpets up. And then the next project is this dog bone. Josh had already started on it. If you can see, he cleared out all the silicone between those. So that whole thing will get a whole brand new seal. He cleared out all that black silicone that was all around. We got to pull these pieces of tape off yet. That's on the outside. But he's going to redo. He did this one here, this panel here, and this one here. Everywhere it was leaking, he took apart. So, and that one right there. So now we're going to go ahead and silicone this together, and then it should be up and running. But that'll be on the next project. And watch Josh's video. This one will be on Friday, so his will be. Geez, and it ain't gonna come out till next Monday. Will be the dog bone video. All right, guys. Thanks for watching, and as always, stay fishy, my friends.